All right, Garth, we just filled the room with appliance salespeople like yourself and dealers and leadership in the sales realm. And my question to you for this audience is, what do you feel like salespeople should be doing more of after the sale to build long-term relationships?
Great question. So after the sale, if we're talking especially about after the product has been installed in the house, so many times people feel just on their own on this island. They don't know how to use this product they spent 5, 10, 50, $150,000 on. Uh, Even for me recently, just a recent car purchase, my truck has a lot of features in it. It'd be really nice for me not to have to go through and go through all the legal warnings and all the just I don't know, filler that tend to come with all the guides and manuals and so forth. So I get from my side with the culinary background. Yeah, a lot of times my clients are saying, please come in and show us how to use our stuff or cook with us, things like that. We can't all do that. None of us in the appliance sales industry have enough time for that. But trying to package together some follow up material, whether that is from maybe your local showroom, manufacturer showroom here in Dallas. We're fortunate that say Sub-Zero Wolf has an amazing showroom and local chefs, but they're also regional and national corporate chef that I think it's a really good resource if you as a salesperson are compiling information about especially particularly hot topic appliances, steam ovens, griddle, coffee systems, things that folks are pretty new to and they don't know how to use. If you had something that was, just saved on your computer and after your client gets in their new kitchen and you just provide just some bullet points on, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, here's what you purchased, really excited about your new kitchen. Hopefully you're going to get a lot of happy cooking and memories there. And here's some tips and tricks on how to use your griddle, how to season your griddle. Here's a video from Monogram on how to cook in their new Advantium 5-in-1 oven. Those sort of resources are invaluable. And I found that in my experience, I've been very fortunate having the culinary background, but really you don't need that just to provide information to your client. I found that has turned into referral sales just an incredible way, both from individual consumers referring friends, but also as a contractor who maybe hasn't worked with me much before is hearing from their client about that after sale follow-up and the level of confidence they have in their new appliances that they're telling that contractor like, oh my gosh, Garth, it was amazing. You provided me all this information. I didn't have to go to their house. I didn't have to cook them crab cakes. I didn't have to actually use it with them, but they do feel empowered just by me giving them some bullet points or sending some links to some videos on how to make the most of the appliances that they purchased.
What an answer, Garth. I was not expecting that. That's a fantastic answer to that. And you touched on what makes that so great. Someone gets new appliances in their house. What's the first thing they're doing? People are coming over. Come and see the new kitchen, come and see the addition, come and see the new house. And the question comes up, wow, these are really great appliances. And how often does it happen that the consumer might not remember who the salesperson was because it was 12 months ago, 18 months ago? But now you're giving them the tools to remember who you were and say, you got to go talk to Garth. He's going to take care of you. And that's huge for referral sales and for building up your value in the customer's eyes because those won't be their last appliances. So fantastic
Indeed.
tip for
Thank you.
these salespeople. So staying with this audience, we're not letting them go yet. Another question I have for you, since you've been not just in appliance sales, but previous to that, when you were in at Sub-Zero Wolf, you get to see a lot of appliance salespeople working for independent dealers all around you. So what have you found separates a good salesperson from a great salesperson?
Yeah, separation between a good salesperson and a great salesperson. Yeah, honestly, it's a cliche to say it, but I'll give some backup to it as well. And that's listening. It's not talking. I find myself going down that path. I mean, I've got my own passions about how to use some of these appliances, just how amazing it is to do like a beef tenderloin in a steam oven, or just how versatile a griddle is where you're searing, you know, scallops and lamb chops and all these things. But really listening to the customers where I find that I so often derail my own presentation and my ability to connect with the client because I'm getting excited about something. And I guess we've all had this. If you've been in appliance sales for 3 months or 30 years, at some point you've gotten excited about something that either you've cooked or prepared on an appliance or that you just learned about in a training. And you're just telling this customer about all this just enthusiasm you have about how to use the product. And for me, it's like doing a beef tenderloin and searing the entire thing on the griddle and just this great caramelization, regardless of brand, and then putting it into a steam oven again, regardless of brand, and just setting it to be done at a certain time or do sous vide cooking, go through the whole process. And then at the end of my 5-minute shtick, the customer says something like, well, I'm a vegetarian, but thanks for your time. That sort of thing. And we've all been there. And I think that that is the big one. And when I was not on the sales side, when I was on the chef side at Sub-Zero Wolf, and I would join in with dealer salespeople at our showrooms, and I would just really be there to plug in on, the youth side and the culinary side. And I would see what was happening so many times. I just I wouldn't see the dealer salesperson listening to what their customer was truly wanting. And then again, another cliche is reading the room. I find that if I start getting passionate about something and I see that it's beginning to fall on deaf ears and the client is starting to get a little glazed over, that clearly this is not benefiting either of us. So yeah, that biggest thing is just looking for those cues, the feedback, and listening to the client so that you can direct your passion, because we all have strengths when it comes to like what are the appliances we love, and we know that they'll be applicable to most people, but you can't always give the same presentation.
Love that. And one of my takeaways from what you said, Garth, is that you've been around for a while. You are a seasoned appliance professional, and that even at your level, there'll be these moments you're like, oh, I gotta listen better. I gotta stop. And so it's what I like is that it isn't ever improving. You never reach this level where you're like, I got it. I have all the answers to the test. I'm going to be the best salesperson ever. That it is an ever improving experience, especially a sales where you're working with people one-on-one, read the room, listen better. Excellent tips for appliance salespeople.